It's you're live now.
We're live now.
Sure.
Okay. Now we're live and nobody's watching.
Why would they be?
I don't know.
We just went live.
Take your time, chat.
I'm in no hurry.
You doing, Paul?
I'm swell.
It's good to hear. A little bit of time to relax.
Yeah.
It's the only benefit of starting late. Late enough for rest.
It's nice over here on this side of the camera.
All you guys got to do is look pretty. Oh, we got 6 people watching.
Oh, wow.
Better shape up. Get it out.
Waiting to go live.
We're live. We've
We're
been
live.
live.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're live.
Hi.
All right.
Said it.
I'm looking over here and everything's flipping through. Hey, guys.
That's because
Believe it or not, we had technical difficulties. So we are now live.
Yes, hello.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us. Or if the phone beeped and you turned us on, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We're sorry we're late, but we're glad you all decided to join us.
Indeed.
Yes. It was a fairly light comic week, but there was a lot of good books this week.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start brand new book by Cullen Bunn and Andre Moody, Parasomnia. It's really good. I mean, the artwork is beautiful, very dreamy. He's a master of those watercolors. Kind of cuts in between reality and fantasy.
Nice.
Guy looking for his missing son. He's in our world. He's homeless and disheveled, but in his fantasy, he's I don't know. What would you call that kind of person? She's not even paying attention.
An adventure?
Yeah, it's very swashbuckly.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's fantasy land, Dungeons and Dragons
A
style.
gentleman explorer.
Sure. It's very good. If you enjoying Andre in his other work, this is definitely right up there. It's not as bloody yet, but this is issue 1.
It's Colin Bunn, so it probably will
Yes.
be.
Yeah, you never know with Colin.
That's true.
He goes from good to great. All right. Won't you tell us what you got?
So first up, we got Infinite Frontier Secret Files #1. If you read the first issue and the 0 issue of Infinite Frontier, I highly recommend reading this. This is sort of going a little more in depth with some of the characters who are going to be big players in the rest of the story. There were stories for, let's see if I can remember everybody. President Superman, Roy Harper, Jaden Obsidian, which was one story. The Two Totalities, which you will understand once you read what that means once you read it. Mr. Bones and Psycho Pirate. I liked all of the stories quite well, but the Psycho Pirate one was like, hot damn. That's setting up some really interesting stuff. The thing that I really liked is that while Joshua Williamson sort of worked with all of the other writers on these stories, it had a lot of different folks working on it. And the cool thing is, it's a lot of people who are relatively newer to working for DC. So
That's cool.
a lot of new voices. Stephanie Phillips in particular, I enjoyed.
I like her.
I enjoyed what she had to offer here. Like I said, my favorite story was the Psycho Pirate one, but I liked all of them, and I'm looking forward to see where this goes in the Infinite Frontiers miniseries and definitely beyond.
Sounds good. Next thing I got over here is Made in Korea #2. Robot girl living in suburban America because everybody's infertile. Nobody can have kids anymore. So they have little robot children like in the movie AI.
Nice.
Except she's been uploaded with supercomputer technology secretively.
For a more recent reference, if anybody played Detroit Being Human, it's got a lot of those same themes in it.
Okay.
A lot of them, it's very reminiscent of a particular storyline in that game.
Okay.
Um,
I was really surprised the last couple pages of this, like left field,
um,
left field.
so excited! I'm so excited to see what happens.
Like it's so
Interesting.
weird. Like it's
Mhm.
weird.
Well,
It's a weird turn
I
to
got-
take.
I got bad vibes at the
Right.
beginning of that scene.
Yeah, with those
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
But sure, can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So thumbs up. I can't wait to see where it's going. Eric, tell us about some Power Rangers and how unlimited they are.
Yeah, so this is part of a series of one-shots they've been doing called Power Rangers Unlimited. This is tying into the current main books because they're calling it the Unlimited Power era. This one is called The Edge of Darkness, and it gives us a story featuring the Phantom Ranger from the Power Rangers Turbo series, as well as a young Rita Repulsa before she was Rita Repulsa.
Before she was Elizabeth Banks.
Well, yeah, when she was just a little child. This is not the Elizabeth Banks version of the character. This is the TV show version. Well, I guess the comics version of the TV show version. But I thought this was pretty fun. I'm not super familiar with Frank Gogol. That's not a name I've heard before in comics, but he did a good job.
I believe it's pronounced Gogol.
Gogol.
That's my experience with
Yeah.
Gogol with that name.
But it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. And no spoilers on this next one because I have not gotten to read it yet.
Crossover number 7. Kind of a break in between story arcs. This is a one-shot written by Chip Zdarsky. It is amazing. It is hilarious. It is like it's a little touching. It's self-loathing. It's conceited. It's fantastic. It's one of the most meta things I've ever read in a good way.
So it reads like more like his Howard the Duck than say his Daredevil.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So if you've been reading Crossover, which you should have been reading because we've been telling you to read it in the past 7 months, this is a great just
Technically, 'cause they
standalone.
skipped a month.
You can even just jump in with this and just read this because I think you can live in this world without reading the story.
I do recommend reading Kids Love Chains though, which is the
Yes.
first story. It is very
Yes. Which I think isn't that
good. His
what's
new
name?
imprint,
Yeah,
Donny Cates,
Donny Cates' imprint.
as he is continuing to rip off the '90s, but in a
Yes.
fun way.
He's a product of the '90s, so
He likes what he likes.
he does. All right, what do you got next?
All right. Next up, we've got Green Arrow 80th Anniversary Special. This features stories that go all the way from the Golden Age to the present. It has Mariko Tamaki's Golden Age story. It was just fun. There's a really good Wildcat and Green Arrow story. Mike Grell contributed a story. They couldn't get Kevin Smith, but they did get Phil Hester and Onda Parks to do a story without Kevin Smith, which was cool from that era. You also have these cool covers.
Yeah, as DC does with their 80th anniversaries, they do a cover per decade. So you get a bunch of great artists doing different decade style covers.
Yep, we've had the 2010s, 2000s, we got the 90s. And I love that each one has the appropriate DC
Right. The DC
logo.
emblem.
Um,
I think this is my favorite, the Mike Grell inspired
so
one.
the only one we don't have up here is the Neil Adams 1960s one. I didn't pull that one because we only had one left. If you are interested in that one, we can check to see if we still have it because I think we should still have the one. But I didn't want to pull it just in case since we only had one at the time.
I was talking to Christian, I'm not sure if he's watching, but man, DC Comics in the 50s, they love King Kong.
Yeah.
They love gorillas in general.
And as Paul was pointing out, it's funny that this cover is not by Mike Grell because if you didn't tell me that that was Gary Frank, I would have thought that was Mike Grell.
Yeah, they did a great job replicating his style and his coloring.
And Bartel does a good job doing Hester and Parks.
That's the Jen Bartel cover.
Because I thought that was a Phil Hester and Onda Parks cover as well. But I don't think there's a bad cover in the bunch.
They're all very good. I really do like the 40s one too.
Yeah.
It looks like almost looks like the cover of a Saturday Evening Post.
Definitely. If there hadn't been a Neil Adams one, I probably would have gotten this one.
My next book is, of course, Red Room number 2, The Antisocial Network. If you read the first one, you know what to expect. It's pretty gore-tastic. It's pretty upsetting. Actually, this one actually made me sad, but in a good way.
Interesting.
It's really good. Not for the squeamish. Yeah, Faces of Death, Hostel.
Hey, Rose, you want to tell us about Shang-Chi?
Yeah. Oh, I read it, and you guys didn't. Okay, so
Yeah.
it was really funny, which I was surprised by.
Okay.
So basically, Shang-Chi is now the head of his evil cabal, and he goes to an auction with AIM, Hydra, MODOK is there. MODOK is very upset that people keep trying to give him high fives. And they are at an auction for a cosmic cube.
Oh,
Interesting.
And Polarity and Action follow, and then Captain America is there to stop the whole thing.
Good.
But is he? Ooh. It was pretty funny. That's it. I really liked it.
fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I liked the first issue. Glad to hear the second one was still good.
Very different tonally.
If you have a cosmic cube, why would you need to auction it for money?
Some people don't care about omnipotent power.
Well, maybe you just make money.
Could be like, I'm rich.
It also could be like someone being afraid that once they have it, the Avengers show up.
Or they could just not understand what they have.
True.
Beta Ray Bill number 4 out of 5 by Daniel Warren Johnson continues to be awesome. There's a great sequence in this where his ship, if you haven't been reading it, his ship has become like a sentient robot within itself, and they're going through rooms, hitting like key points of his life, and it's just really just making him sad.
Oh,
Yeah,
Did you read all the sad comics this week?
I did. I made a point to
That's
read all
every
the
week.
sad comics.
and I read the one set.
It's really good. I mean, I can't say enough about this, but I'm going to stop. Eric?
Next up, I think we both read this one.
I didn't.
Oh, I
She
thought-
I
oh
did.
right.
I
It
did.
was me and Rose, my bad. Next up is the United States of Captain America, in which Steve Rogers gets his shield stolen and is going on a mission to find it, and encounters the other Captain Americas, people who have taken up the identity to defend their area or their people, or, it will vary.
Who did this gorgeous wraparound cover?
Maybe someone of the Ross variety.
Perhaps it is Alex Ross sticking with Captain America. He's been doing the whole run for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, I need to read the Coates run, but I liked this. The Captain America we got here is Aaron Fisher, the Captain America of the Railroads. I think he's pretty neat. What did you think, Rose?
No.
Damn.
I don't know. I thought the writing just felt super stilted. And maybe it's just because it's like the intro to what's gonna be kind of like this series profiling a lot of different people throughout America. It was, I don't know, just kind of odd.
I definitely liked the backup that was focusing on Fisher more than the main story.
Yeah, well, and it's also like it started out like, there are two Americas and what is truth, and like all that like kind of super patriotic introspectivism that Steve Rogers does, like as he's like cleaning his shield, and that's just a Captain America thing. But I was like, okay, like,
Fair enough.
I can picture him sitting there,
yeah,
staring, looking at his reflection in the.
yeah, in
Shield.
his little
Contemplating
apartment
America.
in
Yes.
Brooklyn, just
Well, it's because he was deciding if he wanted to donate it temporarily to a museum exhibit or not, and all the weight behind that decision.
Yeah.
I liked it more than Rose, which tends to happen sometimes. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Rose didn't. Do with that what you will.
I also hate America.
That's fair. I mean, I do too, but I like Steve Rogers.
My favorite book of the week. This is so good. Rose is flailing because she loved this too.
Loved it.
This is cover B because we sold out of cover A.
Oh,
Barbaric it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
it has been out for a day. It is Vault's highest selling comic ever. It's ordered 35,000 copies. People are saying that it's possibly the next Something is Killing the Children.
I can see that. It's such an easy read. It's funny.
So funny. And it's really clever. And the characters are incredible. Do you want to talk about what it is, or do you want me to talk about it? I don't care.
We can have a conversation.
Okay. So basically, like, this really cool barbarian guy is cursed that he can only do good.
Yes.
And
Cursed by your classic three witches.
and he does not want to do that. But his partner,
His talking axe.
Talking Axe, named Axe,
Which I just imagine being Bruce Campbell.
sure, who also gets drunk on too much
He
blood.
gets drunk on blood. The axe. Talking
And
axe.
It's,
Like 3 times people are like, are you talking to your axe? It's great.
it's so great. I really, really enjoyed it. And then character introduced towards the end of the book. Her whole
Mhm.
shtick is
Yeah.
one of my favorite kind of things.
Yeah.
With the
Uh-huh.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love this book.
It's a lot of good.
But there's already a second printing starting.
There's already a second printing. There were multiple covers for this. Being a number 1, you never know how many to order. I think I ordered a total of 15 across 3 covers. One of the covers is a black bagged poly bag because it's got a dirty cover. I ordered. That's the only one that I could reorder, so I ordered 10 more of those.
This is
So
also
we have it coming back in.
a very mature book.
It's pretty mature, yeah. It's like an old Conan book, but funny.
That's good.
Well, yeah, that alt cover was an homage to Conan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thumbs up. Lots of
Dalton
thumbs
wants
up.
a barbaric. We have a couple of
We've got a
variants
couple,
left.
yeah. We'll just grab this one.
Okay.
Well, do you want this one or do you want the black bag? I don't know what the cover is.
Dare we show it?
Well,
Probably not. No.
probably not. Yeah.
Yeah,
So let us know if you want this, because this is the B cover. We're out of the A cover. The D cover is the one that we have, which is the polybagged black.
yeah, generally
Secret
books that
dirty
have those
cover.
covers have them for a reason.
Yes.
Okay, he wants this one.
Okay. Why don't you tell us about X Factor?
So this is a goodbye in 3 different ways. This is the last issue of X Factor, the last issue of the Hellfire Gala, and the death of a beloved Marvel character. I won't say who, except all I will say, it is a character who has shown up in some capacity in the MCU. So it tells you who it's not.
Jarvis? Is
Not
it Jarvis?
North Star.
No. But this is the setup for the trial of Magneto, which will start in August, I believe. It's either next month or August, I don't remember. From Leah Williams and Pepe Larraz. This issue is weird because she had to cram in Hellfire Gala stuff. She had to cram in the conclusion to every side story she was doing, and the setup for Trial of Magneto. I enjoyed it, but if you haven't been reading the book, it is going to feel very jumbled. But I think it's worth it alone for the reveal of who Magneto is going to be on trial for killing.
And being an X-Men book, they're never going to come back.
There's
Never
this
gonna
particular
become undead.
time, there's a good chance this character is going to be staying dead for at least a little while.
Okay.
Because this is a character who, as far as the comics are currently concerned, is not immune. That's all I'll say.
Uncle Ben?
Yes, it's Uncle Ben.
Okay.
All right.
But
So
I enjoyed it.
those were the new ones that we had a chance to go over. Eric, do you have this list of other stuff that came out this week?
And Lewis also wants the barbaric in the
Okay.
D, which we have one left, I believe.
All right, other books that came out this week are Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man, part of the Chameleon Conspiracy, the Black Cat Annual, which is part of Infinite Destinies, Black Knight Curse of the Ebon Blade #4, Black Widow, I think 11, I want to say, Cable 11, Catwoman Annual 1, Daredevil 31, Department of Truth, some number,
There's a number.
ENIAC #4, Eternals of some number, the Mighty Crusaders, the Shield
If
one.
you don't know the number, you can just
Eternals
say the
was
title.
either 6 or 7.
It was 6. Yeah.
Mighty Crusaders, the Shield, which was supposed to be a mini series, but Rob Liefeld threw a hissy fit, so now it's a one shot.
It's a one shot because
He doesn't deserve nice things.
The latest issue of Dr. Aphra, which is a tie-in to War of the Bounty Hunters for those of you that care, and like the first appearance of a Marvel Legends character in the current continuity. Dirge.
The robot guy.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's on the cover, so I don't feel like that's a spoiler.
Alright.
The latest issue of the High Republic, and then the first issue of a new Usagi Yojimbo miniseries.
The Black Widow cover was really good this week.
It was.
It was notable. Also, Cable #11 was a very big Cable issue for
Yes.
Cable fans.
It definitely was.
Did he move to satellite?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, that was pretty good.
All right.
We have a
Well,
drum roll sound effect. We should have
why don't we hit some back issues? This first batch of back issues, we haven't done this in a while, so
Let's time travel to the
This will be
90s.
fun.
Everybody got their slap bracelets?
I present to you Spawn in Sin City. One we haven't had before is Curse of Spawn. This was a black and white variant, which, like, that's fantastic artwork. It kind of ruins it when they color some of these drawings. Curse of Spawn #1 for $50.
Very good if you just want to color it yourself.
Exactly. And then we should be able to get through these pretty quickly because we got Spawn #1. And all of these are in great shape. I got that one at a 9 for $40. #2 for 20. 3 for 20. 4 for 15, and if you are a Spawn collector, this does have the coupon inside in full intact.
What's that mean?
There was a coupon where you could mail it away and get a poster, I think. So a lot of them have the coupon like ripped out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
We got #5 for 15, featuring Cerebus as a stuffed animal in the background. And we've got my favorite issue of Spawn, Sin City #1.
I mean, you put this up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You just need a palate cleanser.
Yeah, you need a break.
Spawn #6 for 10. I think this is the first overt kill or overkill, depending on the action figure you bought. We've got #7 for 10. #8, which was written by Alan Moore, for 10. #9, written by Neil Gaiman. The first appearance of, who is it, Brian?
He's not paying attention.
First appearance
Angela.
of Angela for 25.
I'm paying attention.
I'm looking at
We've
you.
got #10, written by Dave
Look at
Sim,
that.
featuring a full non-stuffed animal appearance of Cerebus. So that's my show and tell for today.
That cover is always so weird to me, how it's like segmented with the color. I know why it's like that, but it just processes strangely in my eyes.
Every once in a while, we get people who demand that we have some Spawn. We haven't done Spawn in a while, so
Mm-hmm. So there's some Spawn.
there's some Spawn.
And we have plenty of other awesome non-Spawn books coming up too.
We do.
Which we can actually jump to.
We can. Let us know if you need any Spawn.
First up, we got New Mutants Annual number 2. This is the first American appearance of Betsy Braddock and Megan. They had appeared in UK exclusive comics up to this point. And this is also the book where Betsy Braddock becomes Psylocke. And we have this at an 8 for $35. So pretty significant issue. New Mutants just randomly has a lot of like firsts that you wouldn't expect. Like first Madripoor, first Psylocke.
Well, they're new.
That's fair.
Lewis Rush is going to take C10.
Lewis was in the store today, picking up some stuff.
Good eye and good choice. Next up, we got Green Arrow number 1 with a lovely Von Eden Giordano cover at a 9 for $24. This is the first of a 4-issue miniseries, and just a great cover. Perfect for the 80th anniversary celebration of Green Arrow.
Yep, I did that on purpose.
I know. That's why I mentioned it. Next up, we have another celebration, of that. We've got Green Lantern Green Arrow number 90. At last, the return of the greatest comic of them all.
High and mighty.
I believe this is after Neil Adams left the book, and I think this is when Grell took over Arc Duties. Yep, that's even a Grell cover. But it is very cool. The book isn't as good after Grell takes over, but it's still quite good. It's like it goes from like an A+++ to like an A+.
What school did you go to?
School without grades.
Okay, that makes sense.
New college doesn't have traditional grades.
New stickers.
No, we have narrative evaluations, but I won't get into it. Next up, we have Marvel Spotlight number 7, the Marvel Spotlight on Star-Lord. Beyond the stars, you'll find a world called Heaven, a world of no return. At an 8 for $24.
And watch out for the deadly butterfly people.
Yeah, they're really weird, but they're also gorgeous. Like, I love this art.
Is it the Monarch?
Yeah.
This is a
The Lepidopterists.
Yes.
Miller and Wyatchek. I'm not sure if that's Frank Miller or a different Miller. Probably Frank Miller.
Probably Frank.
Next up,
He uses a lot of butterfly imagery.
This is why I love Sin City.
we've got the Incredible Hulk number 234, Marvel's TV sensation. At a 4 for $25, and this is the first appearance of Wendell Vaughn as Quasar. He had shown up before as Marvel Boy and then Marvel Man, but this is when he becomes Quasar. So that's cool. Not the book I would have expected it to happen, but still very awesome. We have that at a 4 for $25. Next up, we have more Incredible Hulk, number 331, at a 7 for $12, and this is the first appearance of Smart Grey Hulk, and the first issue of the Peter David run. We have this at a 7 for $12. So if you like Peter David, Smart Hulks, and Grey Hulks, excellent issue.
More of a Peter Gabriel fan.
Okay.
I don't think he had a legendary run on a Hulk.
Or X Factor.
Yet.
No, he did. Peter Gabriel did have a
Yeah.
run
Really?
on X Factor.
Uh-huh.
I need to read that.
Yes.
You'd think that I would know that, but I don't. I'm learning new things
It
today.
was the Sledgehammer saga.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Next up, we got Avengers number 16 at a 3 for
Paul
$50.
is on fire.
This features a new Avengers lineup. I'm not sure who it is.
Well, Iron Man, Thor, and someone else leaves, and then Hawkeye and other people join.
What I can tell you is that this is a spectacular special issue, the start of the great new Avengers lineup,
Mm-hmm.
where the Avengers assemble. Next up, we got Avengers. Actually, I can tell you who it is because they're on the cover of the next issue. At Avengers number 17. So the team is Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Captain America, and the Hulk. And the 4 against the Minotaur at a 2 for $15.
So who's the odd one out? And there's 4 against the Minotaur. There's definitely 5 Avengers there.
Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I see. That's like the outline of the Hulk. It's the search for the Hulk.
He's there in spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Got
cover confused me. But Next up, we have Avengers 18. Lo, a nation trembles when the commissar commands. Oh boy. At a 3 for 20.
It wasn't the strongest lineup. We needed some easy wins.
I kind of like this lineup, but that's fair. You're not wrong, Rose.
I didn't catch to see which one was sold, but I do have to note that one that was purchased is graded out of 1. The cover is completely off of it. Just as a heads up. Yes, that one. First full appearance of Ultron. The cover is completely off.
That was Lewis.
Okay. Yes,
The cover is there.
it is there. Everything else is intact. It's beat up. But the cover is off.
Next up, we have Batman number 442, part 5 of A Lonely Place of Dying, which I recently read for the first
Oh,
time,
yeah?
actually. Yeah.
What do you think?
I definitely liked it better than A Death in the Family. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not my favorite story, but I enjoyed it. This is the first Tim Drake as Robin. It is not his first appearance, but it's his first time in the suit. And we have this at an 8 for $12. Then lastly, we have a book that probably used to be a lot more than it currently is. Back when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was on television.
Well, I would still, keep your eyes out. Because
Definitely,
rumors galore
for sure.
about S.H.I.E.L.D. people showing up in the universe.
We have Secret War 2 of 5, and a 7 for 13. And this is the first appearance of Quake, aka Daisy Johnson.
Who is now a Powerpuff Girl.
Really?
hmm
I heard that show is not good.
Well, they haven't released it, so
The
they
The
filmed the
leaks,
pilot and
yeah.
they went back and refilmed stuff.
That makes sense.
So we'll see.
Rejiggered it.
Here's a filler for you. We recently had this one on. This one is one that's constantly increasing in price, but this is a lower grade than the one we previously had.
This is Secret Wars number 3 at a 6 for $25. And this is the first appearance of the second Titania.
Yes,
Okay.
the second Titania. I believe the one we had prior was a 9 for $50, so 25 out of 6 is not bad.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Eric, who's your favorite Robin? Is it Tim Drake?
I like to joke that it's Stephanie Brown because she's my favorite character who's been Robin, but as Robin, Tim Drake is my favorite.
So yours is Tim Drake.
Mhm.
Mine's Jason Todd. Yours
I
is
think-
Damian Wayne.
Yeah. Yes.
And I assume Brian's is Dick Grayson because he's old.
No, I like Damien too. Yeah.
Oh, I hate Damien. Tim Drake is my favorite.
Really?
He's my
Did you
Robin.
just change that because I chose
No.
Damien too?
No, have you not heard me
No,
complain about
Rose was
Damien?
making a joke.
It's because I wasn't reading Batman when he was introduced, and the whole concept of Batman having a son, I just find tedious and dumb.
Especially one who's so fussy.
Yeah, I mean he's worse than Jason was. Like he's more obnoxious, more annoying.
Oh, I remember this, and I was meaning to tell Rose this before, but I forgot. Rose, did you know that Jensen Ackles has now played Batman? Because I know that's why you
Mhm.
were excited about
Yeah.
Jason Todd.
She knows.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Long Halloween.
He's gonna play everyone.
I kind of really would like to see Jensen Ackles as Starfire. I think that would be fun.
He's a talented guy.
If we ever have a spare 20 minutes, I can tell you all about the supernatural drama happening right now.
No thanks.
That show has like 15 seasons.
hmm
And it's getting a spin-off that
Yeah.
whose content was basically covered in the plot of the show.
I mean, 15 seasons of like Monster of the Week
Mhm.
seems like a lot.
I think I made it through 11 or 12 seasons.
I have friends who are like,
It's a really good
Yeah.
show.
yeah,
I've
I
It's-
haven't.
seen all of them. And it really went away from the Monster of the Week thing in like
Uh-huh.
season 8. Then they went into bare, like, overarching series.
I mostly like it through season 5, but then it got away from me.
Oh, yeah, no, it got real bad. I still watched it.
That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that, and I want to be clear. I I just personally start of season 6 was just very meh for me.
No, it's like in the later episodes, like I would turn it on and I'd just be like, oh, I'm so tired. Just worn out of this.
I was, of course, disappointed when they start a season with a flashback to H.P. Lovecraft, hearing voices and noises.
Oh yeah.
And then like they don't follow through with like a Cthulhu season.
Oh, was that the Leviathan one?
Yeah.
That was the Leviathan
It's-
one, so there you go.
Yeah, no. Furious about that.
I couldn't get past season 4 or 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I couldn't get back at season 1. I
That
tried
was-
like 3 times.
I heard
that
season
show.
1 is really. I mean, it is, but
That's
it's
what it,
supposed to get better, and
That's
then
what
I
they
was just
say.
like,
That was such an important show to me. Like, that was middle school to high school to me because '97 and 2004. Like, I grew up with that show. I
Mhm.
loved that show. Man. Okay, season 7 wasn't that great.
All right, let's take a look at some other books. Or do you just want to keep talking about shows that are?
We could.
Smallville. Oh my god, I can make it spell.
Well, I got a couple Sandmans up here. I got Sandman number 10. What I like to consider First Corinthians. First appearance of Corinthian. First appearance of Desire and Despair. First appearance of Rose Walker. First appearance of Fiddler's Green. Does anybody know who's playing Fiddler's Green in the show?
I do not.
Stephen Fry, right?
The one and only Stephen Fry.
I'm going to admit I cheated because he has it written on the
Cheater.
But-
Cheater.
I knew that and I had forgotten.
I have this at an 8 for $45. I had issue 8, but we had somebody come in. Issue 8 is the first appearance of Death.
Nice.
And we had a high roller come in this week and buy everything.
Rude.
No. We appreciate that.
No, this is what we call a joke, Brian.
Sandman number 13. First appearance of Lady Joanna Constantine, a descendant of John Constantine.
Isn't she an ancestor?
Ancestor. I get those confused. Ancestor of John Constantine. $25.
She's being played by the actress who played Clara in Doctor Who, right?
I know she's in it. I'm not sure. I think so.
Somebody exciting is playing her.
Got an autographed copy of Marvel Zombies #1, autographed by Arthur Sidum.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Sidum. I don't know how to say his name. It's right there in silver.
Does that have a certificate of any kind?
It
on the back?
does, right there. Certificate. Unfortunately, whoever owned this before us let it. Like the spine has a couple ticks on it. They let it bend. So we got it at $25.
That guy was on fire when the Marvel Zombies came out. Like everything was zombies.
Nice couple covers here. Despicable Deadpool, number 287. It's hard to read lenticular.
See, at first I thought this was just a reprint of 129 with a lenticular cover. Took me a while to realize what it actually was.
Yeah. Got that at $40. It's in great shape. It's a lot of fun if you don't mind going cross-eyed. We got
Oh,
another
no,
great
I'm going
homage
cross-eyed.
cover. The Mary Jane variant of Punisher number 13.
Now I want that AU.
Got that for $15. Who's she trying to kill? Who's that wonderful man?
Mephistopheles.
Yes. $15. Here we've got Ironheart #1, Riri Williams' first solo series. Also, the first time that the Ten Rings are referred to as a terrorist organization, like they are in the movies.
Interesting.
So this is kind of bridging the gap between the comics and the MCU. in excellent shape for 25 bucks. This book is only going up. Again, it's not her first appearance, but it's her first solo book. And here we've got Flash number 217. It's a lot of flashes.
Yeah, that's too many berries. If it was Wally, I'd be like, yeah, fine. But that's too many Barry Allens.
Poor Barry. No love. Got
Barry-
that graded at a 7 for 25 bucks.
I love Barry. He just has a habit of making things worse by accident.
Seems like you should feel more compassionate towards him then.
I do to one. When there's multiple, that's just a disaster.
Wonder Woman 329, the last issue of the original series, featuring a wedding between Wonder Woman and what's his face?
Steve Trevor?
$13.
And then it was rebooted to the George Perez series.
Correct. The classic George Perez series, which if you need a number 1, we've got them.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer number 35, reintroduction of Thanos and Drax. I love this cover. This is a Ron Lim cover.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's everything.
I love me some Thanos.
Just rainbows just everywhere. That is can be yours for $8 whole. Next up, we've got Inhumans number 5 for $10, graded at an 8. It's in excellent shape.
The cover is lying to me because it tells me that they are the most uncanny heroes of all, and they are not the X-Men.
They're just more uncanny.
It is kind of funny that, like, given that for a while Marvel was trying to make the Inhumans the X-Men, that, like, the X-Men stole that from the Inhumans. I think that's really funny.
You know what I think is really funny? Inside this book, I was flipping through, checking the grade on it. They made Alice Cooper so buff. That man has never been more than a skeleton with skin. They gave him a 6-pack and pecs. We got Marvel Premiere number 50, Alice's first comic book appearance. It is in rough shape. It's a 3. It's $20. There's a corner missing on the back cover. But if you love your Alice Cooper and you want to see him escape an asylum, you need to find out what happens.
Was that a one shot or was that a mini series?
It's a one-shot. It's the 50th issue of Marvel Premiere, which was frequently one-shots.
Yeah.
So one solo story, or sometimes they were 2 or 3 issues, story arcs.
Well, often they would also just branch out from there and like get their own titles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah. Alice Cooper did not get his own title,
okay.
unfortunately. I'm sure it would have been good. There would have been spiders and snakes. New Teen Titans Annual number 2. First appearance of Vigilante in his fancy outfit there.
Yeah. Is this Adrian Chase's first appearance, or is it just in the outfit?
It's in the costume, yeah.
Okay.
Now, he had appeared previously. This is his first costumed appearance. And of course, he is going to be in the Peacemaker TV series. They cast him and everything, but I don't know who the actor is.
And then the Vigilante series was written by Marv Wolfman.
Yes, and we got this for $20 for an 8. It's in great shape.
Marv Wolfman, of course, being the reason why DC horror books in the 70s started crediting its writers and artists. Entirely by accident.
Well, it was a ploy. It wasn't an accident.
I think it was just the editor making a joke. And then what happened was they had to put his name down because the Comics Code Authority wouldn't approve the joke otherwise. Because you weren't allowed to have Wolfman in books. And they're like, no, that's his name. His name is Marv Wolfman. So they had to say that the story was written by him. And then all the other writers and artists were like, well, why don't you credit us? And so they did. And from then on, those books credited everybody.
Vigilante is going to be played by Freddie Stroma, who was one of the pretty boys in Bridgerton.
Okay.
Sure.
Which pretty boy?
I don't know.
You
He
didn't
was
want?
blonde.
Not the good one then.
Damn, Paul.
Did you watch Bridgerton?
I watched some of it. It's funny. It's good. I'm gonna come back up here to the main, and we'll go through.
Some cool books.
I will give you this half.
Okay, good. You gave me the good. Or the half that matters to me.
I know we don't get a lot of Vampirella fans here, but we do get Adam Hughes fans. So we got a couple of covers. Vampirella, Harvey Comics, 1992, early Adam Hughes covers.
That feels like a strategic post-it note.
That's not. I don't think that far ahead. We got this issue number 1 for $50. It's in great shape. Issue number 2 for $20. Those up here. Eric, what do you got?
Next up, we got Miss Marvel number 9, the first appearance of Deathbird of the Shi'ar. We've got Wonder Woman number 72 at a 9 for $40. I don't know if this one is significant because there's no post-it, but it's awesome.
Yeah, no. It's Brian Boland cover.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a great cover. And while Paul's still digging, we also have Fat Man: The Vengeance of Bane, a 64-page special at a 7 for $50.
Is that the first appearance of Bane?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
that is the first appearance of Bane.
Nice.
We've got Venom, Lethal Protector, nice and shiny,
Chromium.
in excellent shape at a 9 for $15. We've got The Power of Warlock number 1 at a 7 for $50.
Is this his first solo book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
That makes sense.
You want to do this one again? This one was passed on.
Yeah. This was a 1, yeah? Can't tell, but
It is a 1.
okay. We have Avengers 55 at a 1 for $25. This is a 1 because the cover's detached completely. But it is the first full appearance of Ultron, so if you don't plan on taking it out of the bag and board, pretty good deal.
Sterling Gaddis can take Venom.
Of course he is. How you doing, Sterling?
Thank you, Sterling.
Got a couple nice treasury-sized ones, but well, by nice I mean fun. Savage Fists of Kung Fu. Number 1 because there was only one.
That's Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, and who were the other ones?
Bronze Tigers and Golden Tigers. Bronze Tigers in DC.
Yeah.
Um,
Bronze Tiger's Suicide Squad.
I think there's 4 stories in here. It's graded out of 3. It is in rough shape for $20. Good stuff, but
Sons of the
not,
Tiger.
not as good as Howard the Duck. Marvel
Oh, yeah.
Treasury number 12. This one's graded out of 4 for $20. Someone preemptively taped the spine because it is not detached at all. I don't know why they did that.
Just reinforce it.
Yeah. This
Increase
one's
the
in
value.
better shape, but not as in demand. So, got a great Howard the Duck running for president, joining the Defenders. Just move that one over.
Yeah.
Before we get into some other books, this came out this week. Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four Artisan Edition. There's, I think, 5 issues of Fantastic Four in here. It's the original artwork copied. You can see the whiteout. You can see the blue. These are
So-
always great.
So this is exactly the same as the artist edition. It's just smaller in paper and in paperback at a lower price point.
$40.
Those
So
are always great.
if you want the artist editions but can't afford them, these are a great, more budget option. I need to get the Simonson Thor Artisan Edition.
Speaking of Fantastic Four,
The Brutal Betrayal of Ben Grimm.
what is that? Number 41 out of 7 for $80.
Yet another inter-family drama
Mm-hmm.
issue.
I think the Fantastic Four FF should be retitled Family Feud.
Superpowered therapy.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Go ahead.
All right. First up, we got Journey into Mystery with the Mighty Thor, number 122 out of 7 for $70. Where mortals fear to tread.
This is graded a 4, and this has skyrocketed in the past 2 weeks. G.I. Joe 21 got this for $80 at a 4. It's going for over $300 in really good condition.
Jeez, is this the silent one?
Yeah. So, I mean, get it while you can.
Speaking of,
You didn't pull that out of my box, did you?
Yes, I did. I went through your stuff. I went through your things, Brian.
speaking of expensive, and technically all these boxes are your boxes. Speaking of expensive books, next up we have Amazing Spider-Man number 42 at a 6 for $200. This is the first full appearance of Mary Jane Watson, as well as the first appearance of the phrase "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot."
Let you do that one. I'll let you have the expensive one. And I've got Detective Comics number 400, First Man Bat. It's graded at a 6 for $150. It also features a backup story, which is the first team up between Batgirl and Robin.
That's very cool.
But First Man Bat, it's a challenge.
Next up, we have Strange Tales number 117 at a 7 for $225. Was there anything significant about this issue that I'm
I
forgetting?
don't recall. I don't think so.
Okay,
It's the eel.
It's got the eel.
It's got the eel.
this is true.
That's all you need to know.
That's significant.
I just can never remember with these old books.
All right.
I don't know. Do you think people like CGC graded stuff?
I don't know.
We'll find out. I think the Saturday crowd will go for these. If we
I
don't.
just want to ask Rose, what do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni pineapple.
Web of Spider-Man, number 36.
Sausage and meatball. for
First
me.
appearance of Tombstone. Graded 9.6.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
When you were talking about it earlier, I kept imagining that old book Tomahawk,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, how are those related?
Yeah, they're not.
That's all.
It's a 6.
So we got that for $150.
Wait, what number 4? There's no number 400. Does he mean
The
the
Batman.
400 was Batman.
Oh, Batman. My bad.
It's graded 6.
Sterling's taking it.
All right.
Thank you, Sterling.
But Sterling, I'm pretty sure you actually want this book. Avengers number 57. Graded at a 6.5. For $700.
First
Yeah.
appearance of oh yeah, the Vision.
First appearance of Bob Marley.
Oh, he says he can't buy slabs.
Really?
Oh, that makes sense. He works for CGC.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Sterling. You missed out.
I mean, I guess a mustachio guy named like Merling Gad could buy it.
I didn't know that they weren't allowed to. That's interesting.
It has a lot of weird stuff. But that just means that you other folks, you can pick this up.
Well, let's just crack it for him then.
Okay.
Hmm.
Still charge $700.
Well, plus the processing fee.
Um, That's about it for the stuff that I've got prepared for this week, because all the other stuff that I had prepared, somebody came in and bought on Monday.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I had stacks of things. Stacks and stacks of books. And some wonderful, wonderful human being had to come in and spend thousands of dollars and buy all of my hard work.
That's what you're here.
But hey, the commission was worth it. We joke here.
We do? Yeah.
Nothing else. I think we'll sell quite a bit of this on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I may come in on Friday, depending on the weather. Try to find some more stuff.
Sweet.
May. It's a 50-50 possibility, depending on the weather.
Makes sense.
I'm just flipping through the other ones.
I really, really, really enjoyed Barbaric.
So good. It was so good.
It was fun.
Like it was so funny, and like I tend to like the stuff where it's like they're obviously talking about like modern day stuff. Like there was like a lambast of trickle down economics and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And the Axe character was so funny.
Yes. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was really good.
You see, Al Ewing has come out as bisexual.
Oh, nice. That makes sense. That definitely explains a lot about why he is like sort of had a lot of gay and bisexual representation in the books he writes, because his books tend to have above average for what Marvel tends to have. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is, I think, currently the book with the most characters that are not straight at, I want to say, 7.
It's crazy because there's only 6 characters.
No, there's like 15
Well, if they're bi,
characters.
they count as 2.
That's not how that works.
I know.
No, his Guardians book has like 15 characters.
That's a lot of characters. Like on the team.
There's 2 teams,
Oh.
The gold team and the blue team.
basically.
Split the galaxy, one half
Right.
and one half.
God,
Well, there's the galaxy and there's the universe.
ooh. And this team is both Doctor Doom and the Super Skrull. I'm happy.
I do need to get caught up on that because he is a great writer.
Super good. I need to read the pre-current era trades, so the first 2 trades of his run, which was kind of separate. It built on the current stuff is building on it, but you definitely could have jumped on it 13 easily, like I did.
Hey, that crossover that came out this week, is
Mhm.
that right after the trade paperback? Is that the first issue after the trade, or is that?
It's a standalone.
Oh, it's a
And
standard.
it is the first issue after the trade as well.
Yeah.
So perfect jumping on point
When's
for
that
2.
come? Is it already out?
If you haven't been keeping up with crossover, the trade paperback is out. It's only $10.
I was waiting for the trade, and now it's out.
It's out, and it's so
Been
much
out for
fun.
like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
It's been a few weeks.
It's been
Yeah,
forever.
I think we even did it on the show.
I think so.
Rose. But yeah, crossover is the funnest book of the past year.
Yeah,
Just
it's-
consistent.
Except for Barbaric.
Well, Barbaric is brand new.
I would say, other than Last Witch, it's been my favorite non-Big
Yeah.
2 comic.
Last Witch was really good.
Can't wait for them to do part 2.
But yeah, crossover issue number 7, written by Zdarsky, starring Zdarsky
Really?
and
Yeah.
Zdarsky. It's fantastic. It's the best meta of anything I've ever come across.
I was kind of hoping that like the fact that it's Phil Hester and Onda Parks was going to like maybe lead to some references to Kevin Smith Green Arrow, but I'm sure I'm wrong.
As with every issue of crossover, like the last page is like a reveal,
Nice.
and I think you'd appreciate the reveal in this one.
All right, I'll pick it up. Now, what's the grade on C1?
C1 is an 8.
Yes.
Are there only 2 trades for Something is Killing the Children?
3.
Three.
There's 3
We
trades.
have all 3.
Oh, okay.
got those stocked.
Hmm.
There's also a hardcover coming out, I think in September or October, that has all 3 trades in it. There's going to be a hardcover and a deluxe limited edition hardcover.
Very nice.
Guess which one I'm buying?
The soft covers.
Yes.
Sure you don't want to spend your commission on the deluxe hardcover?
Which deluxe hardcover?
Something is killing the children.
How much is that going to be?
The deluxe hardcover, the limited edition, is 70, and the regular hardcover is 50.
That's not too bad,
No, not at all.
especially for a book that's as hot as Something is Killing the Children.
And good.
Yeah, true.
I finally read it. I didn't like it.
It
What?
was overhyped for Rose.
No.
Everybody's saying how great it
See
is.
one, please.
I even got my my wife to read it.
Really?
Will you talk
Actually, I
to
didn't
my
even
mom?
that. Well, yeah, by accident. But I got her to read. Well, she read it all on her own, you know. And I was like, I brought it home and I was like, hey,
Yeah.
check this out. She's like, yeah, I've already read those.
Yeah.
She dug it.
That's funny. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's solid.
I'm trying to get her to watch or to read Sweet Tooth so then we can
Mhm.
watch the show together. Because I've heard
I think
the
you-
show is amazing.
The show is great. I still haven't finished it because I don't want it to end.
Mm.
I got 2 episodes left, but I think you can watch that without needing a reference for it. The book is grimmer than the show. The show is a lot more uplifting. Oh, we sold something. Let's we got fillers. We can do some fillers. Here you go. Rose's favorite book.
Got West Coast Avengers number 46, the first appearance of the Great Lakes Avengers at a 7 for $8.
They were plucky. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
They had pluck. You're right.
Is that I just want there to be a character named Pluck. Yeah, they have Pluck. He's on that team.
Puck, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. Pluck is the evil Puck.
He has a goatee.
Movie.
Or doesn't have a
Howard the
goatee,
Duck's
depending on.
Nemesis.
Puck.
God, he had the worst costume. It's like a unitard with a hood on it.
What did he have any powers other than like I can do cartwheels?
I think Puck's just like an acrobat and like, peak human condition, that kind of thing.
He was like a weeble wobble. You couldn't knock him down. You had a very low center of gravity.
And Puck is currently on Gamma Flight, which is a really, really interesting team.
Puck is currently hanging out with Beta Ray Bill.
I think.
No, he is, but it's 2 different stories.
Oh, okay.
He's
Beta
in the
Ray
Beta
Bill
Ray
its
Bill.
own continuity.
Well, yeah.
He's currently hanging out with Titania, Absorbing Man, Doc Samson, who is now Doc Sasquatch, Charlene McGowan, and
That first Gamma Flight was good, right?
yeah, that first Gamma Flight was awesome. And then Rick Jones, who is now a terrifying Gamma monster, merged with a guy named Del Fry.
So who is Pip hanging out with?
That's who it is. Pip is with Beta Ray Bill.
I was gonna
Right.
say.
Yeah, I get. When your name starts with P, everybody is cool. That
Yeah.
starts with P. So
You know, like
Yeah.
Shakespearean character.
Pip is hanging out with Beta Ray and Scourge,
What a team.
and of course Scuttlebutt, who is now a robot person.
That's awesome. I'm happy for Scuttlebutt. They deserve a body. I really want now an ongoing that's like not just a mini, but an ongoing that's Beta Ray Bill, Scourge, and Pip. That sounds fun.
It's good. It's really good.
I'm gonna read it when the trade comes out, I swear. 'Cause I like the first issue.
I just read the trade for Ice Cream Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like it. I mean, it's okay, but it's
Right.
not like
I've never read any.
really.
I thought you read a couple of them at least.
No, I mean I'm aware of it, but I've never read it.
Yeah, when it was ongoing, like, I thought that was kind of up your alley.
Yeah, I can see that. Dark Twilight Zone.
I mean, it's okay. It's not like bad or anything.
Yeah.
It's just not. as groundbreaking as I was expecting.
Yeah.
And all the hype and stuff.
Well, I think all the hype has always been more about the covers.
Mm.
Makes
That's it. It was supposed to get a Quibi show.
What?
R.I.P.
Quibi, you know Quibi, the streaming service that you could only watch on your phone,
Oh.
And everything was like 7 minutes.
and they filmed it so you could watch it in portrait mode, portrait mode or landscape.
Uh.
So if you moved your phone,
Yes.
it would adjust.
Yes.
And everything was strategically constructed so that when it eventually folded, they could resell everything as movies.
Yeah, but it's I honestly feel it was a producer's situation where they're like, we're going to spend all this money on something that's going to fail, but we're going to sell it and make a ton more money,
Mhm.
or we're going to reap the benefits of bankruptcy.
So basically, like the producers.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you meant like the producers of those
That's what
shows.
I literally just said.
I thought you meant those producers,
You
not
guys
like
need to
the
listen
show.
to
The
each other.
producers.
Rose said we're live. You weren't listening. You
No,
said
I was
the
listening, but the
producer,
screen
she
wasn't on.
listening, huh?
I heard her say we were live, but the screen wasn't on.
What's that current comic, the clown one?
Haha.
Yeah, that reminds me of Ice Cream Man.
It's the same guy. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Made that connection.
Yes. Which neither of them have anything to do with the silver coin,
Which is good.
which is similar style,
Same
but
guy.
different. No.
I enjoyed Silver Coin, what
Mhm.
I read of it. I think I only read the first 2 or 3 issues.
The camping one was the best.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But that's also because it's Kelly Thompson.
Well, it's 80s slasher movie. Good times.
It was a
So,
good
am
choice.
I the only one that's not going to say anything about the Snake Eyes movie having his face and him being able to talk? When we've got the silent issue right there on the rack.
I got this, guys. None of us grew up with G.I. Joe. None of us really care about G.I. Joe.
God,
Sorry, Christian.
I just don't care at all. Like, no opinion.
I mean, I had a couple of them as a kid, but I didn't grow up with G.I. Joe.
I would say I probably care less about G.I. Joe than the average person.
I get the irony that he was a silent character, and this is a silent issue. Not a word in this issue.
The first of its kind in all of comics.
I assume it has like the credits at least.
Although, like,
You
I
can
will
assume on
say
it.
though, as far as it being like a kind of like a generational or like an age gap type of thing,
Mhm.
you also got super mad at me when I got the 18 van color wrong.
Well, it's iconic. She thought it was brown.
What?
And 18 was shot in bullets on the side of it.
That's just the logo of the show.
I don't know.
For the toys.
It would keep it aerodynamic.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I once saw an 18
Physics.
van in Sarasota. It was parked at a
Really?
fast food joint. Tried to find a guy who
There used to be a Scooby-Doo van around. I don't know what happened to that.
We had that. We drove it
Yeah.
in the holiday parade.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's a mystery. Zoinks.
Zoinks indeed.
With that,
Eric is just shaking his head at me. Why are you shaking your head at me, Eric?
Because that was a terrible joke.
It was
You know.
better than Paul's jokes. Paul's made 2 jokes so far that made
Yeah, but
Rose
Paul's-
almost quit.
But Paul's close enough. Paul's close enough to me that he can hit me, so I'm not gonna say anything about his jokes.
All right.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting up with us.
And our technical issues.
Well, just with us. Thank you for putting up with us.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
You're like-
we can be a lot, we know.
Make sure you join us on Saturday when we will not have technical difficulties. On the Comic Book Shopping Network at 11 o'clock in the morning. Some of these books will be there. Hopefully, we'll have more books. We'll see what we've got. Anything else?
no.
No. Rose is ready to leave. Have a good night.
Good.